Yeah, good morning all. So coming for what are the different preliminary steps we are going to follow for in the case of design of the flat slab, that is the fourth topic in CO1. So coming for the next one is the columns. The column contains two portions, the main part and the column head or column capital. The size of the main part will be about 1/16th of the length of the largest span of the slab, 1/8 to 1/9 of the story height. The thickness of the column head should be about 1/5 but not more than 1/4 of the shorter span. The thickness of the column head should be about 1/5 but not more than 1/4 of the shorter span, but it should not be less than 15 centimeter. A two-way slab can be constructed in one of the following ways: a solid slabs or ribbed slabs resting on walls or on beams and columns, as flat plates resting directly on straight columns, as flat slabs with or without drops supported on columns with enlargements. And we have already seen these things, type of the two-way slabs: two-way slab with flexible beams, waffle slabs, flat slab and flat plate, and different type of support. And coming to what are the minimum thickness of two-way slabs for deflection requirements. So flat slab without edge beam, we should have ln/30 and thickness should be of 125 mm. So coming for the next one, flat plate with edge beam, it is ln/33 with height of thickness of h is equal to 100 mm. Next, flat slab without edge beams, ln/again 33 with again with thickness h of 100 mm. Next one is the flat slab with edge beams, ln/36 with h of 100 mm. Two-way slabs on rigid beams, ln/48 with 90 mm. So for the depth of the flat slabs provided with drop panels or dimensions not less than those specified in section 10.5, we can reduce the value obtained by 10%. So whereas ln is the clear span on the long direction, thickness also will be depending on the required fire resistance. So you can see here what is meant by column. The column of the flat slab consists of the main column and the column head, which is the enlarged portion just below the slab. The size of the main part of the column of the two-way slabs are usually made out of about 1/16th the length of the larger span of the slab and the 1/8 to 1/9 the story height of the building. So in flat slabs, the column head, which is also called column capital, is usually made of 1/4 but not more than 1/4 of the shorter span. Its height should not be less than 15 centimeter. It should be noted that for design calculations, only the portion of the column head which lies with the largest circular cone or pyramid of vertical angle 90 is considered as the active head of the column. It is preferably to have the cone lie inside the column head. And coming for the introduction about the drop panel, in flat slab construction, the slab is sometimes thickened around the columns. The standard practice is to thicken it at least 1.25 times, but it should not be more than 1.5 times the thickness of the main slab. The over thickness reduces the deflection and assists the resistance against the punching shear. Such thickening is usually made rectangular in plan with its length measured from the center line of the column to not less than 1/6 the smaller span of the surrounding panels. The total width of the enlargement from both sides of the center line of the column is called as its drop width. At the exterior column, the enlargement is only on the one side of the column and it will extend to the end of the slab. Drops with widths less than 1/3 the smaller span in internal columns are to be ignored in the design calculations. And coming for the next one is the slab. The main horizontal member is the slab and various rules have been specified to fix its minimum depth so that its deflection will lie within the required limits. So these are dealt separately. The area of the slab enclosed by the center line of the columns at the four corners, which is called as a panel. And coming for the drop panel, the thickness of the drop panel has to be within 1.25 to 1.5 times the thickness of the flat slab. The drop width should not be more than 1/3 of the length of the shorter span. So two-way slabs directly supported on columns, those are called as flat plates. These are preferably in many parts of the world due to their relatively simple formwork and reinforcement layout and the potential for shorter story heights. Flat construction, flat ceiling and economy. Flat plates also may provide more flexibility in the layout of the columns, partitions, small openings and so on. And you can see here flat slab with column head and drop and column head. You can see here flat slab with only column head, and we are not having any drop. You can see here drop width is provided above the column head. Column heads, it is usually proportioned to be 1/5 but not more than 1/4 of the shutter span. Its height should not be less than 150 mm. So it is the interest of the person so to provide the column heads or not, and also depending upon the structural design also sometimes column heads are designed. And you can see here division of flat slabs into columns and middle strips, and you can see here the middle strips are tied on the both the sides such that the flat slab are tightened into the columns. And coming further, what is meant by column strip? Column strip means a design strip having a width of 0.5 L2 but not greater than 0.25 L1 on each side of the column center line, where L1 is the span in the direction moments are being determined, measured center to center supports, and L2 is the span transferred to L1, measured center to center of supports. Next one is the middle strip. Middle strip means a design strip bounded on each of its opposite side by the column strip. Panel means that part of the slab bounded on each of its 4 sides by the center line of the column or center lines of adjacent spans. And this is the division of the interior and exterior slab panels into columns and middle strips. So first one is you can see here half of the middle strip, interior column strip, middle strip and exterior column strip. Next one is column strip for L to A, half middle strip, interior column strip, middle strip and the exterior strip. You can see here L2 by A, L2 by H. Okay, thank you.